It's recording. Oh gosh. Hi, this is Monroe Bishop.
And this is Larry White.
And welcome back to Tea with Monroe. You know, I just feel like it's been forever since we recorded. Right? So, in October, we went to California to actually do 3 episodes with 3 different people. So, models, actors, and so we had some pre-recorded episodes we had got out there. And so, it's been forever since I talked to you. Well, talk to you on the podcast. I talk to you all the time.
Yep.
Are you finna go with that silent treatment again?
Oh, no, I'm just
That tea is good, isn't it?
chilling.
If y'all haven't had this, you need to try this. We're actually really for real drinking tea. It is salted caramel by Bigelow. And it's really good. Really good. So we went to California. And let me just start with this. Our sip and see. So we have a Facebook group. And it's a group for... It's just a Facebook group. I can't even explain it other than that. It's a Facebook group. We talk about a whole bunch of crap. And so I decided to do a sip and see to meet some of the people behind the comments. And we all met at Prospect Park. And what'd you think about it?
Had a good time. Got to see a lot of people.
A lot of your high school friends, right?
There were some high school friends there.
I feel like that was all your high school friends.
No.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah.
Because even the girls at the other table, remember?
Yeah, that was somebody from that era, but not all of them was high school friends, but
the majority of them was. I really appreciate Klein Forest for coming out and representing at Tea with Monroe Sip and See. It was a lot of fun. You know, sometimes we get lost in this parallel world of technology and social media that we forget, to meet people, to talk to people, to get up close and personal with people. And it was so funny because some of my biggest contributors to the group who always posting, who has the wittiest comments, who they're a bigger than life personality in the group. Right. They were the quietest. They were the quietest, and the ones who don't say much had the biggest voices at the sip and see. So it was definitely a lot of fun. So y'all can see we're recording this and we're in the bed. It's Sunday and it's his fault. He being lazy. He was watching the game, and so I had to get in where I fit in with his podcast. So I decided to record from the bed. Right. Now we're drinking tea. So a lot has happened since we last recorded. So much has happened. So I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about a lot of fluff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Weinstein.
yeah.
Weinstein. What the hell? What the hell is that about?
That's just one person. It's a whole bunch going on in Hollywood.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot. Honestly, first of all, I want to say this. Are we really surprised?
No, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. We have been, as consumers, I know I have been hearing about this couch. I forgot what they call it, the casting couch or wherever, where when you go in to try to get these roles that some people require you to do other things to get these roles. Yeah. And I'm shocked though. I'm not surprised, but I am shocked because it's 2017, almost 2018. Now, how long has this been going on?
Since 1903.
Shut up. Are you serious? You just being funny. Oh my God, you trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But it's been going on for a while, and I'm just really in awe. And what I am shocked about is that some of the women that are coming out are very well-known actresses.
Yeah, Ted Cruz just came out and said somebody grabbed on him, a man or something. So,
well, Terry Crews' situation it's similar but a little different. He was at a party, and him and his wife, and it was in front of his wife, a agent came up to him, and I guess instead of giving him a handshake, he grabbed his penis. Which I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell kind of greeting is that? Even athletes don't do stuff like that. I mean, they may slap each other on the butt after somebody make the shot or shoot the pitch or throw the ball or whatever they do.
Shoot the pitch.
Or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But they don't go around grabbing people's crotches. So, I don't know what in his mind thought it was okay to grab somebody's penis. And honestly, I have to commend Terry Crews. I mean, that's a big dude.
He ain't knock him out.
No, he didn't. You know why? Because guess what? If he did, it would the actual act of him being sexually assaulted would have been overshadowed by a burly, strong black man.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He did say that, and people do think that. His wife said, "Remember who you are."
I think if a dude grabbing on another dude like that and he hit him, I think enough people will say, I understand. Because they wouldn't accept that. But if a woman slapped a man and somebody grabbed on her like that, grabbed her crotch area.
But it's a woman. It's a woman, though.
Expected from a dude.
It's a woman, though.
It's expected to get a beat down.
It is expected to get a beat down. But you got to think about who he is. He's a tall, big... I don't know what this other guy looks like.
I understand who he is. I understand what he look like. That's even more reason you don't do it.
Well, okay.
You gotta put that in their brain. You
don't do it. But the thing about it is, honestly, he would have been viewed some type of way if he'd have knocked that man on his ass. Because he clearly can knock that man on his ass.
You know what he'd have been viewed like? T-Money.
Who's T-Money?
Ted Cruz.
Oh.
Back in his, people don't remember, but Ted Cruz used to be in the Gladiators. He was a gladiator. After football.
But it wasn't, is it violent? Gladiators is violent?
It was
but it's a sport. It's a competition. It's a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I kind of agree with him because I think because of so much racial tension going on right now, I think any excuse would have been used for him to have, he could have handled that differently.
Ted Cruz was one of the biggest, first of all, how many people he did that in front of? How many people saw him grab? Now
that I don't know. I just know him and his wife greeted the guy. And this guy represents, I want to say, if Sylvester Stallone, he's a big time agent.
I believe if multiple people saw it and he got hit, then he got witnesses to the fact of his illegal situation came about assault. Well, he got assaulted first. You understand? So that's my perspective.
Well, I mean, that could have went one way, but why risk it, And honestly, I think it takes a very courageous person, especially a man, to say, hey, I was sexually assaulted. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how often that happens.
It happens to men probably a lot, but it's probably with the opposite sex. I think that because it was unwanted, just like if it's anybody, if it was unwanted. Right. How many times women get sexually assaulted? A woman come grab another woman's boob.
Hell, we sometimes get sexually assaulted with y'all looking at us. We feel violated.
But what I'm saying is how many times a woman come grab another woman's boob? Or
that's
a woman
true.
grabs on another woman's butt.
We do. But let's just be clear though. Women are very affectionate, but usually when we're grabbing and groping other women, it's because we have a personal relationship.
I'm pretty sure the agent felt he had a personal relationship.
I don't think so. I mean, honestly, I can't even. They don't run in the same circles. I mean, in terms of friendship wise, I don't believe so. And Terry never said that.
Oh, well, my point is, for somebody to walk up to you and feel like they can grab you in your crotch, they gotta think they can play with you like that. That's my thought.
Yeah, now that too, I did think about that too. What made him feel like he was that comfortable enough to do something like that? So
my point
did they play around before? Not sexually, but like banter and hang out, or
he felt comfortable enough to say,
how's it hanging, Jerry? And just grab his.
Yeah. So
it's not funny. I'm not laughing, y'all, but I'm just the thought of it.
Yeah, my point is, when a person women get assaulted every day. Now, if a dude come grab on a woman and do like what a woman does, it's gonna be an unwanted thing. Ted Cruz didn't appreciate it. He could have went off on the dude. He probably gave the dude a pass, but he probably said some words. I would say, and I'm surprised his wife didn't say something. His
wife did say something. Don't do anything. She's the one who kept telling him from knocking the man out.
She didn't say something to the dude.
But we don't know that she didn't. I'm pretty sure something in that quiet moment had to be said. No fist was thrown. No charges were battery charges or a fight, whatever it's called when you beat up somebody.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure something verbally was said. You know, I just, you know, I don't even know what I think, honestly, if we were out and somebody came and grabbed your junk, first of all, so many things going to be going through my mind. Is like, what the fuck? Why is he grabbing your junk? Why does he feel that comfortable in grabbing your junk? Of course, that's victim blaming. Like, what has happened before to make him feel like he can grab on you? What y'all got something going? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be honest. So many things would go through my mind, but then I am going to
think like that.
I do, because
you think so cynical.
Okay. Now tell me something. If we were out somewhere and somebody that I knew, maybe not necessarily up close and personal, but just knew, came up. You think I don't know them? Came up and just grabbed my butt or stroked my shoulder or put their hand real low on my back. You're gonna be like, what's up with you and that dude? Why do you feel like he can touch you like that?
Well, yeah,
you do think that way.
I think cynical too.
But then after that thought, you're gonna say, dude, what the hell you doing touching my wife? So I'm pretty sure she said something. Because I know if somebody came and grabbed your junk, I'm swinging. I'm catching the charge because I'm just like, wait a minute now.
Yeah.
What's going on? Then I'm punching you if it ain't clarified why this man is grabbing your junk. But it's so funny though. Terry Crews posted on Twitter because Russell Simmons reached out to him and told him that he apologized. Man, just get a man a pass. Because the guy has since been suspended from the agency, and he is a very top-notch agent who oversees a lot of actors and actresses. Right. And Terry Crews is like, no, he's not going to get a pass. And I don't blame him. Unless you invite somebody to your junk, they should not be touching you. Point blank and period.
Unless you invite somebody to feel that way that they can touch you. So that's the thing with a lot of this stuff. So these people feel like they were sexually harassed in Hollywood and even in Washington.
Right.
A lot of that's going on. But, like, is it the initial thing that upset a person? How does a person determine whether they are going to, if it's some natural flirtation or an initial flirting? How do you determine that is sexual assault? Sometimes these words are thrown around and people get stuff thrown on them. And you can't have a natural relationship as a man and a woman, or if you man and man or woman and woman, but you can't have a natural flow of a relationship
without somebody screaming sexual assault
if they have a higher position. It could be a boss, or it could be a person, a supervisor has a higher authority than you, and all of a sudden, if you ever try to, date somebody at your job or anything, most people get married from people they meet at work. Most people get, it's not you don't normally marry the person like that you met out. That's not the norm. The norm is you meet people at your
job, at church,
where you normally
different things, right?
So what is the thin line? It could be a preacher. That's not married.
It's a very thin line. But let me just say this: as a female, when you're in the company, I'm just going to use a male, just because that's the dynamics. That's not the dynamics we're talking about, but that's usually the dynamics: male, female, whichever who has power. As a female, if somebody with power has the ability to be able to dictate whether I can work here, whether I can live here, whether I can thrive here, if we're in a very friendly relationship just in general, and all that touchy-feely stuff is going on, nothing inappropriate, and I'm comfortable with it, that's one thing. But typically, when there's a shift. When there's a shift in the way somebody is dealing with you, because the hand slips lower, the touching gets longer, it gets more provocative. You just know intuitively it's a shift. And it's all based on how it makes you feel when that person is doing that. Now remember, let me take it back to California. Remember the young man, the actor we was talking to, Aaron? and we were talking about sexualizing in the modeling industry. How do you know when somebody is like, if he's going to a casting call and he has to take off his shirt, and one of the female people who has to determines whether he's hired or not comes touching on him? How do you know? How does it make you feel? Do you feel like she's sexualizing you, or do you feel like this is what's required to get the job? And he says, I feel totally comfortable with it now. If you touch me in certain places, I'm going to feel some type of way. But I know if the job requires me to take off my shirt and I need a six-pack and you count my six-pack, or or you trying to do your job to determine whether I can get the job, that's different. But he said it's a mindset. It depends on how the touching makes me feel. And I think that's what it is. But it's a thin line, because a person who is being the one that's being touched can have motives also. They can have motives of, well, maybe if I take this situation and just twist it. We see it in the movies all the time. They twist it a little bit to get the upper hand, or to be able to get that position, or to get the money, or get a position of power by making it seem the person that touched them inappropriately.
Well, let me say this. The bad part about a lot of this sexual this sexual assault and this sexual harassment charges, there's a lot of women and probably men that takes advantage of people flirtations and desires and wants. So there's a lot of women that put themselves in a position.
Oh, here
Hold
we
on,
go.
listen to
Here
me.
we go.
Don't do that.
Here we go.
Because there's a lot of women that put themselves in a position and they know it's a flirtation going on. They know it's a sexual whatever, and they try to do it to get game. So
I'm responsible for you acting inappropriately.
It's not inappropriate if you are putting yourself in a position.
What position is that?
If you using your sexuality to gain, if you using it to gain, you know somebody is gonna look at your
I don't know
boobs,
that.
but you come in wearing cleavage all the way down. You know somebody's gonna look at you.
Okay.
And
that don't give you the right to touch me inappropriately.
I'm not saying touch you. I said harassment or sexual advances. That's the same thing as, I'm just saying sometimes people use it to.
Okay, you're right. You're right, and men do too. So yes, you're right. So if
not so much.
So like, let's say for instance, we we're going to meet somebody for a job opportunity or something, and we know that this guy or this girl, it could be a female, likes attractive women. Right. So I'm going in there with a nice little provocative dress on, not nothing trashy, but just really sexy and alluring and stuff like that. Now, my attention is to...
I'm not even saying you know it. What I'm saying is, once you identify it, once you see it, then you build from it. Mm-hmm. And then when it gets to where you can't control it, it's harassment. But you've been doing things... Like
what, though? Because let me tell you something. If I'm dressed some type of way and we're out somewhere and I notice that he's digging me, and yes, I may lean in a little closer. That doesn't give him the right.
I'm not saying it.
What are you saying?
It don't have to be in that one incident. It could be that you are... Let's say you are... you going on a first interview. Right. Let's say you went to meet somebody, a business deal.
Right.
And you see the guy's eyes light up when he see you. He could tell you, oh, he checked me out. You know, he was attracted to me.
I know my walk may get a little sexy. My strut may change. Okay, I may get that little chink eye.
So you realize it's a big deal. Okay. So whatever this deal is a big deal.
Right.
And so you realize that. Then next thing you know, so you have another meeting. You want to meet up again. Okay. This time you come a little bit even more provocative or whatever. You notice that then the conversation goes from business to a little bit more personal. You know that this guy, you know that this guy's flirting with you and coming at you. Y'all talk a little business, but there's a lot of personal. Little business, a lot of personal. Then next thing you want to meet up again for a third meeting to close up. Next thing you know, this business is going into a more provocative area. It's no longer at the
at the business level.
The business, no, it's no longer at the place is like a restaurant. It's no longer at a restaurant.
Okay.
Now it's at a restaurant at a hotel.
Okay.
Or now it's at a restaurant, some type of something.
Okay, first of all, those are intentional. Those are intentional things.
But then once he come at you and get a little aggressive, all of a sudden he's sexually harassing you.
Well, it just depends on how he get aggressive. Now, if I go back to his room, see, it's so dicey because honestly, I'm gonna tell you something.
Happens a lot.
You do not want to blame the victim because if you say no, no means no. I don't care if this has progressed from the boardroom to the bedroom. No means no, irregardless. But here's the thing. For me personally, and if a woman is trying to pursue some sort of job or career, whatever she's trying to do, if it gets to the point where she sees progressing to that point, she needs to be the one to say, you know what, this is going, let me keep this flirtation here at Papa Do's. You know what I'm saying? Versus at the hotel restaurant. It's a thin line. I mean, flirting can go so wrong and go too far. And either way it goes, I don't care what you say, Larry, the man is accountable for his actions. I wouldn't give a darn what kind of messages you think I was sending. Unless I flat out say, come get this now, that does not give you the right to take advantage of this situation.
What I'm saying is this. I get that. I understand what you're saying. But if you have been flirting and there's been a back and forth banter, a flirtatious activity, eye contact, whatever, even though the guy can make it, he can take it wrong.
Right.
You may not even be flirting. But the point is, at some point, you need to, once you know he's going too far, you need to verbally say, hey, I don't want you getting the wrong idea. That's not the
Exactly.
Now,
somebody needs to be a grown in the situation. Somebody needs to be the person that say, you know what, this is not my intent. This is not where I wanted this to go. But he may say, well, I thought you, well, yeah, I find you attractive, but we're here about business. I mean, again, people's motives are hard to actually, because, as you know, it's like the climate out there, like Nelly just got accused of rape. Who was the other guy? What's the guy? The Game was just recently accused. And by all intents and purposes, people were saying these young women put themselves in a position for the possibility. So because if you get on the tour bus, does that mean she wants to have sex?
The problem with the accusing is that all it is just the seriousness of the charge is what they're doing. What they're saying is enough for you to be destroyed. And it's not right.
It's not.
Some of this stuff, you may have been accused, you may have been sexually assaulted. I'm not taking it from you. And people's lives can be destroyed from it. But at the same time, you can destroy a person's life for just an accusing them.
That's true.
There's been times where people said, this person did this to me, and it's really because they mad or something go their way.
Yeah.
It's
or it's for financial gain. Financial gain.
They've done something and they know they did it,
right,
and they didn't get the benefit out of it that they thought, and now they want to, whatever. Or it may not even they may not even know the person, never had contact. It may just been a straight up lie,
right,
made up. It happened. We saw it with Bill Cosby. We saw it with a lot of people.
This Weinstein guy.
But he admitted to his.
Who, Weinstein?
Yeah, he admitted.
Not all of them. Some of them are criminal charges now.
Of course, he's not going to admit to criminal charges.
Well, what I'm saying is he has not admitted to everything. Now, some things he has, but some things that he done was criminal. I'm not legal, but
anytime you grab, grope, touch.
No. But something else he did that took it to a different level. It took it to a different level. Now I think he has copped it to. That would be rape.
I
think it was. I think it might have been rape. I think it may have been.
It could be rape.
I don't want to put the man in the and say something wrong, but I do know that a couple of women that came out, it was a little different than what some of the other women were saying.
So the same thing I'm saying is, and what I've been trying to say is that once you know that a person, I'm taking this back, once a person, you know that you've been flirting and the person is coming at you and they coming off the rip like that, you need to immediately shut it down. You shut it down as a woman, and you let a man know that this is going to be bad for you, it's going to end badly for you in the long run. You shut it down. Now, I'm not telling you if you're in a dangerous situation where a person can actually kill you or hurt you, but you just let them know this is whatever you supposed to do, it's going to end badly for you.
And I just think, you know, again, I'm just going to go back to the tour bus and with these celebrity guys and things. You know, groupies have been groupies for years, where they're following these people and they want to be the next wife or the next girlfriend or whatever it is they think they're going to achieve by following these high profile people around, whether they're male or female. I just think as women, you need to be smart about stuff. I'm not blaming no victim. I'm not saying by any means it's your fault as a female. But my point is, I know personally. Let me see who I love. Let me just The Rock. Okay, let me just for example. I love The Rock, but I'm not finna get on The Rock's tour bus because I love The Rock. I don't know this man from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? I want a picture. I want an autograph. I want this and that. But I'm not going to put I'm not going to put myself in an uncompromising position where my safety could be at jeopardy, all because I'm trying to be seen. So I'm just saying, as young women, just because they are a rapper or an actor or some sort of celebrity, you don't get on people. You don't know these people. You don't know them. And you don't know who's in their camp. I mean, hell, they could fall asleep and somebody in their camp. Remember, perfect example. Remember Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, and he had her in his hotel room and, you know, paying for her services. Remember the business partner? Yeah. Remember Richard Gere went to work, whatever he did, the business partner came in, and because of the situation that she was in with Richard Gere, he thought, well, if you're a hoe, you're a hoe. If he could pay for it, why can't I pay for it? So she was in a position where she put herself in, and people view you like that regardless of who you are. They view you that way. So, and this
he didn't, honestly, I remember the movie, and the guy started grabbing and groping, and
he was like, wait a minute, you a hoe.
But hold on. In actuality, his mindset, I understood.
Right.
Because that's, but when they come grabbing and groping, he ain't paid for it yet. I'm sorry.
He didn't even ask her. He just felt like he would do it because who he thought
but my point that I'm trying to make is that, but I understand his mindset, because that's how most people would think.
Most men.
Most people would think that if you come in there, you just got paid to do something, and the next person say, well, hey, I can pay you too. They thinking that you doing business transactions. They want to do a business transaction. You
know what's so funny? That's kind of off topic a little bit. He was actually, I can't remember his name. He's such a good actor, but I can't remember his name. But he was actually on the Wendy Williams show recently. And he said after that movie, after that scene, people in the streets would throw stuff at him, spit at him because of that scene in the movie. They took it literally. And he was basically saying, like a lot of actors say, that was a character I was playing. That was not me. But people took it serious because they're like, how could you essentially, do something to her? She, you know what I'm saying? Why would you treat her like, they was really coming after him. But that's off topic. But it's a thin line, Larry. It definitely is a thin line, and I think it all goes down to us as individuals having a moral compass about stuff. You don't go out to intentionally seek and destroy people's lives. Now, if you end up whatever position you're in, and if somebody is being sexually assaulted, and this is what it is, call it what it is. But don't go around making up stuff for financial gain or because you're mad at somebody, because once you put it out there, you cannot take it back. And I think Usher is dealing with that now with that herpes thing, because I don't even know if it has been proven or not, but from what I understand, it's a lie. It's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And the world is becoming such a, it's sad. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. Like look at what's the man name? Kevin Hart. He cheated. This girl trying to extort money. The girl got on Nelly's bus, and so I don't know if it was Nelly, but somebody in the camp did. It's just the game. It's